America. It's April 27th, 1994, and we have breaking news in South Africa. Apartheid has been toppled in an election with 62% of the vote going to African National Congress. This conflict has lasted over 150 years, and today a new tomorrow is upon us. To fully understand the importance of this event, we have to look at the past of South Africa and where all the racial segregation began. Now down to our field agent, Chef Boyar David. Chef.
Thanks, Shane. I'm here at Cape Town in South Africa, where imperialism began. The British acquired this town from the Dutch in 1814, before imposing British law in 1822. This granted them an entire coastline of trade goods and allowed them to acquire unique goods from the region. Before European regions colonized the indigenous people lived here in a primitive society with bouts of war and peace between small regions. After the colonization of Cape Town by the British, the segregation started to slowly spread throughout all of South Africa. And this is what we call the sphere of influence. Back to you, Shane.
Yes, Chef. This influence intensified in 1859 when diamonds were discovered in South Africa, causing a flood of Europeans to enter the country. This can be seen in the religion of the native people, as over time, the indigenous traditions and beliefs of Islam, which served as a majority religion, were slowly overtaken by Christianity. Although this European influence has persisted through the years, there were many attempts to combat the British and the impact that they were having on native cultures. 4 years after Great Britain officially took over South Africa and declared sovereignty in 1877, the Boers, white South African farmers who lived in the heart of South Africa, fought for their freedom, but Britain eventually won in 1902. In 1910, the UK formed a union between the regions of South Africa and continued to strengthen and instill their values in the native people. And now we can have Chef with a South African native. Chef.
Thanks, Shane. I'm here with Matobi. So how do you feel about the future of your country?
My people have suffered for many years, and our culture has been degraded by the indoctrination of the white government that believed they were superior. But now our country has hope that one day it can prosper, be the first step in a non-segregated government.
What's your history in this country?
My family luckily tried to keep our traditions alive through each generation. We have been here since before the Dutch. My family spent their lives combating the tyranny of the all-white government and their attempt to assimilate their beliefs into ours. Now my children will be among the first to grow up in a unified South Africa without being portrayed as inferior to the white men and women.
Do you feel this election could potentially cause a major disruption in the society?
Yes, but only for the better. Our people, whether white or black, will all be treated as equal. The tension between races may become worse, but in the long run, the abolishment of apartheid will be a good thing for the country.
Very exciting. Back to you, Shane.
The government that the native was talking about was officially initiated when Louis Botha became the first South African Prime Minister for a government that excluded all blacks up to today. We now have Chef Boyar David with the self-proclaimed British woman who also resides in South Africa.
Thanks. I'm here with Caitlin, who lived here in South Africa her entire life. Caitlin, how do you feel about the prospect of your country's future?
Hopefully our government can survive being run by terrorists. These people in the ANC terrorized and targeted innocent white people in South Africa. They planted bombs. If that's not terrorism, I don't know what is.
What's your history here in South Africa?
I grew up in a wealthy family and my father was a successful politician. We are descendants of a long line of upholding noble citizens of South Africa. We had constantly hid because of the attacks by the supporters of the ANC, and we lived in constant fear. Now they have been taken over by the government. I believe in equality, but not if it means giving up our parliament to supporters of criminals.
Do you feel this election could potentially cause a major disruption in society?
Yes, less sensible people will riot against terrorists, controlling the government, and this will be yet another setback for our society. Like I said, I don't believe in apartheid, but the way that it's being abolished is not right, especially when you have the potential for riots because of racial tension.
All right, thank you. Now back to you, Shane.
Well, it seems there's some tension down in South Africa, but no matter the case, today is certainly a historic one, and an example of forward progress towards equality that the entire world should take notice of. We'll keep you updated as we look more.